Now, Andy, I'd love for you to expand a little bit. We were joking a little bit off air about the state of the women's program when you were calling it. Because, again, I think a lot of people don't even – I mean, I didn't really even remember. I was like, what was women's basketball like before Dawn Staley? Like, it's like the archaic times. You don't even remember the days. Just expand on – again, you were joking a little bit off air, but just the state of the program then, and I guess how crazy it is to see what Dawn Staley has turned it into.
It's hard to fathom. My first 2 years, they were 3-25 in the SEC. So I was on the wrong end of a lot of lopsided games, unfortunately, during my first 2 years there. And you always have the diehards and the people who are so passionate. I mean, you know that in South Carolina, and they're going to be there, rain or shine, win or lose. And I think the crowds at certain games were so sparse where some of the fans who were seated behind the South Carolina bench could hear me do the play-by-play when somebody was at the free throw line. And so I remember our sports information director at the time telling me, I could overhear some of the fans behind me chiding you to keep your voice down while they were shooting free throws, because evidently you could hear me clear across the court. So times have certainly changed where you go from that atmosphere to perennially leading the nation in attendance like Dawn has it.
For sure. Now, Andy, I want to touch on this as well, because we mentioned off air, again, 2005 and 2006, you were named South Carolina Broadcasters Association Radio Sportscaster of the Year. You became the youngest recipient of the award in the organization's 60-year history. I'll ask you, what did that honor mean to you? And do you feel like it was something where you sort of had a knack for it? Like it kind of came naturally to you. Obviously, as a play-by-play guy, you're always kind of sharpening it. It's just like anything else. It's a skill, right? You develop it. Like you said, you build your voice, you kind of build your brand, if you will. But what did that mean to you to get recognized in that way?
Well, those awards prove that they'll give an award to almost anybody. So I'll say that much. But no, I think when you're a young broadcaster, this business can really do a number on your self-esteem. You're trying to build your reputation. And, I'm always a very harshly self-critical person when it comes to my play-by-play. But to be honored by your peers like that, I think for me being so young in my career, it was good validation that the work I was putting in was paying off. I always have the mindset of wanting to make my next broadcast a little better than my last. And, to be recognized like that, I think it was kind of proof of that concept that the things I was doing and the preparation I was making, it was being heard. And so it was a nice little boost of confidence for me, because I still knew that I had a long way to go in my play-by-play. I still feel like I have a long way to go in my play-by-play. That's just how I'm wired. But to get those awards was really special for me at that point in my career.